Abby Sullivan Moore, and I am the founder and director of Footwear with Care. And this is a nonprofit program that provides decent shoes, medical foot exams, and other forms of support to homeless individuals in Hartford, Connecticut. I had a couple of years ago, I had stepped back from journalism and finally had an opportunity to volunteer. And I met a Hartford police officer who had bought shoes for a homeless man who was also a veteran like himself. And this officer, Jimmy Barrett, couldn't bear to see a homeless veteran with only a pair of really shabby flip-flops. And so he bought a pair of shoes for this man with his own money. And I was so touched by this simple act of humanity that I felt I had to do something. And what I did is I immediately called up someone whom I knew who owned a shoe store and said, "Can you help us out here?" And this was to Stephanie Blosey, owner of Fleet Feet in West Hartford, who said, "Yeah, I can. Come on over." And she immediately donated 40 pairs of shoes. And I'll tell you, those shoes were gone in a flash. Officer Barrett and I and some others, and that said to me, wow, what a need there is for just a decent pair of shoes among this very vulnerable population. And as I got to know some of these people and to recognize some of the real challenges they had in their life, I realized, that most of these individuals did not have access to regular foot care. And, what could be worse than walking around in really bad shoes with feet that hurt? I went to Dr. Lynn LeBlanc, who immediately said, "I'm in, feet first." She jumped. And the rest is history. 3,000 people later, we had knit together this program it's a partnership between the Hartford Police, Fleet Feet of West Hartford, and the Connecticut Podiatry Association. And every year we hold 2 large events where we bring in, as our guests, and we call them guests and friends, we bring in people who are enduring the challenges of being homeless, about 400 of them on one day. And we bring them in for new socks, new shoes, medical foot exams, flu shots, lunch, bag of toiletries, and things that all of us take for granted. And for just a couple of hours, we try to treat them as treasured friends, and that's what we do. And it's a wonderful event. People are so touched by receiving a simple, decent pair of boots or shoes. We do sneakers in the spring and boots in the winter. So we use our shoes to help people get work. We use our shoes to help get kids to school, because we often find some of our homeless students who'll be wearing their father's shoes, which are a size 11 and they're a size 7. So we really try to use our shoes as a way to get a better life. We would love to have your help in any shape or form it comes in. We'd love to have you volunteer. We'd love to have your donations. We go directly to manufacturers. We get really wonderful new shoes and boots. And let me tell you, once you give a person who is homeless a brand new pair of shoes or boots that fit and fit properly, it is absolutely one of the most heartwarming experiences you will ever experience. They are so grateful for something so simple and so profoundly necessary as a decent pair of shoes and boots to navigate their very challenging life. So please join us. Come volunteer, come donate. We'd love to have you any way you can. Thank you.